Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to go over pass by value versus pass by reference. And pass by value and pass by reference is two important concepts to understand in C++ because one of them can actually change the value in that variable for good, and the other one you can just make a copy of it and manipulate the data that you want in your program. So pass by value means that you're passing a copy of that variable value. So let's say, for example, you write in a program and you have the variable age or name in your program and you want to access that variable, but you don't want to change the value of that variable. However, you want to do some type of computation on that variable value. So you can make a copy of that variable or of that value instead of accessing it directly and changing the value inside of that memory address. So I'm going to write a very small program to demonstrate how pass by value work and pass by reference work. I'm going to create a function, and this function is going to be void. I'm not expecting anything to be returned to this function, and I'm going to call this function add1. And instead of the function parameter, it's just going to hold an integer, and I'm going to name this integer a, for example. So whatever value that is going to be passed into the add1 parameter, which is going to be the int a, I want to add 1 to that value. So I'm going to say a now is going to equals to a plus 1. And then I'm just going to do a simple print statement to say inside add1 function. And I'm going to print the data that is stored, or the value that is stored inside of the a variable. Right? So inside of main now, I'm going to create another variable, and I'm going to call this variable b. Now I'm going to call the add1 function with the b variable passed through the parameter. Let's just print a simple statement to say inside main function, and we're going to print the value of b as well. So let's build and run the program. Now you see inside, so we got back inside add1 function 21 because we have added one more to the value that has been passed through the parameter. And then when we print it in main, inside of main function 20, so the value still remained the same. We didn't change anything because we passed by value. So when we pass by value, you pass in a copy, not the actual value itself. So we passed a copy of that, so none of the data that is stored in that memory location has been manipulated or has been changed. Let's copy this line of code and let's paste it above. And let's build and run again and see what happens. Okay, so we got the original value, the manipulated value, and then we got back the next original value. Now, when you pass in by reference, the actual value itself is being passed, not a copy. So you have to be careful when you pass in by reference because you are going to change the data at that memory location for good. To pass by reference, you denote it or you use the ampersand, and the ampersand is the and symbol, and that is called the address at. So the ampersand, now we're passing by reference, so we accessing the address of that variable itself. So if I build and run this program, you would see that the value now is going to be changed. So you see the original value now is 21. So what has passed in originally from the function is 21. But take a look at the second and third print. Inside of the add1 function, 21, And it also changed the value what's at that location as well. So it remained at 21. We didn't pass a copy. You changed the actual value in that memory location. So pass by value and pass by reference, you have to know how to use them carefully, or else you will change the value that's at that specific location. So to go over it again, pass by value, you're passing a copy. So whatever you do, whatever calculation, anything you do to that variable, it will not change the original value. But when you pass by reference, you will change the value at that address for good. So be careful how you use pass by value and pass by reference. So that's it for this video, and hope you have learned something. If you have, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next video.